Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Novello in the Expressive Arts Room, and today we're going to talk about an app called Daily Monster. So you all see Daily Monster on the screen, and the app looks like this little black monster here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this. When you click on that app, it opens up the Daily Monster Maker. This app is pretty easy to use, it's pretty basic. This was my son's creation, and I'm going to start all over. So I'm going to press that little red button on the bottom right to start over. It's going to say save existing monster and clear. I'll tap that, and then it'll bring up a white clear screen with this little ink ball in the middle. The ink ball is what's going to create my ink blot. You can tap as many as you want. I'm just going to tap it once, and then it squirts my ink. Notice how that your screen is listed both horizontally and vertically, and that's the one part of this app that's a little annoying, but that's okay, we'll roll with it. So I'm just going to use this existing shape. I may add another ink blot, so I'll click parts, I'll find more ink, I will move that ink ball where I want it and squirt it. Oops, tap it. And then I can move these shapes however I want them. I can position it, I can resize it, and go from there. So once you have your ink blot that you want, then you can add body parts. There's all different kinds. So I'm just going to get the basics. Remember, our requirements for this assignment are to have eyes and mouth. So I'm going to start with eyes. Tap done. I'm going to simply add a basic eye. And then I'm going to get another one real quick. So I have two that are the same. When you add your features, they have a little red dot that you can move them, and then you can also resize them. So I'm going to move that where I want it, eye number 1, tap on eye number 2, it gives me that same resizing, repositioning icon, and once that's positioned, I'll be done. Go to my parts. The next requirement is a mouth. If I want it to list, I'll just click jump to items, and it'll give me a variety of different mouths to work with. So I really like this kind of crazy mouth here. I'm going to add that, move it, resize it. So that's basically what you're going to do with all the required features. There's arms, feet, ties, all kinds of different accessories. So once you design your monster, then you'll go to the next requirement, which is adding a speech bubble with an I can't or I will statement. So you'll tap a speech bubble, it'll position it. I have not figured out if there's a different font, so you can play around and see if you find that. Your I will statement, you'll start every single word with a capital letter, so I will starts with a capital. And my I will statement was, I will make more time to ... Every word starts with a cap. Done. So if I want to resize it, you can see that there are arrows going up and down on the speech bubble, so I'm going to shrink it down. And changing the size of the font will happen if I put two fingers on the left and right side of the font. And then on the bottom, you're going to write down what your resolution is going to be. So I will make more time to read. We'll go on the bottom centered, so I can add text. Going back to parts, jumping to items, you'll go to typography, and it'll bring up letters or numbers, and you'll simply select the letters that you want for your statement. Mine is going to be read. So you'll add each letter, you'll resize it, you'll position it so it's at the bottom center of your monster. When you're finished with this, you're going to want to refer to this for your paper planner in class. So you'll want to save it. I want you to save it by tapping the save button. I want you to save it in two places. I want you to save it in the camera roll, and then I also want you to save and click Save for Later. That way you have it in 2 locations just in case. Remember what your monster number is. This is monster number 30. So when you come back to this iPad after the next class, if you need to, you know what monster it is and 2 locations you can save it. All right, guys, that's all. Ooh.